So hello, we are going to present the Bocadillo veleño in Bolivia. We are Pablo Enrique, Gabriela Cortés, Isabela Santos, and Melanie.
Okay, well, as you already know, we're going to explain how this kind of product that we all know is going to enter to Bolivia as a whole country. And what we're going to talk about is about trend analysis, segment market, economic activities, market prices, and possible change.
Well, first of all, the technical analysis from the political system, we have the Bolivia that it's a democratic state. The government with the president of Luis Arce Catacora. For the segment of the Bocadillo veleño, we have the free commerce individual with for the Mercosur. It was a document, it was a trade because with Ecuador, Argentina, Colombia, Bolivia, and any country more to be the free commerce to the import and export for these countries. And for this Bocadillo veleño, only for the political system, we need in Bolivia have the Senatar, is the sanitary registration, and this one only need to be see it to the Bocadillo veleño to get to consume at Bolivia. For the economic the part, we have a little an accumulated influence that Bolivia got almacenated that 1% of this one, and this was a lot of influence for the Bolivia because it's lost a lot of money. For the employment, Bolivia have the days of employment at 70.6%, and the Bocadillo veleño is too cheaper that meanwhile some product in Bolivia that's it's similar to Bocadillo veleño. For example, Bocadillo veleño for 300 grams it's a value of 5,000 of Colombian pesos. In Bolivia, it has 8.50 Bolivianos. But this one is more cheaper than the other one because the mermelada de membrillo, it was at around 30 or 15 Bolivianos, and this one in pesos colombianos in another level. For the minimum salary in Bolivia, we have the 359 Bolivianos, and for Colombian pesos, it was 1,392,000. Bueno, 1,392,856 pesos colombianos. Because and the social part, we have the three diversity cultures because Bolivia have different zones. That's at the planet zone, the valley, and the tropic. The people of the Bolivia tend to consume a lot of fresh things, everything that needs to be at the day, or don't be all for one day too late, because in Bolivia we consume a lot of things that is really spicy and everything. And for the technological in Bolivia it's grow very good as well. Bolivia has the grown with this technological in the agriculture, export, import, and everything else. It was a country that increased that. For the ecology, well, ecology we have in Bolivia the defense of the protected area because Bolivia has a lot of biodiversity, and some problems that Bolivia fight because in the part of the ecology is the deforestation and the biodiversity because this one increase the problems to Bolivia to get other things and the damage to could be the products on everything else. And for the part of legal, we have the state constitution that we have the anything of articles, and I don't risk it because too long the articles to protect the sanitary part for Bocadillo veleño. And this one is every team person that could be involved to work to get out so security and anything else that Bolivia manipulates. And for the visa for Colombians that comes to work to Bolivia.
So continuing with the segment of the market, again, to conduct to introduce the product to the market. It's like in this case, we're starting point with the population to 30 to 70 years. But basically focus on the person that likes dulce de membrillo or mermelada de membrillo. That the people that don't know, membrillo is a similar, like it's a fruit similar to the apple, but with a more like flavorful flavor and acid and sweetness. So it is producing the high valleys of southern Bolivia, and they is aiming to the lovers, to the gourmet, and the artisanal and traditional products. So this group of consumer values are very quality and aesthetical and the traditional in the food they eat that daily. So bocadillo veleño being a traditional like product that made by hand could be very attractive and interesting for those group of people. So that is the idea.
Well, we're going to explain the detail of promotional activities in a general way. It's on budget. We have the part one, which is basically the market search. It's related with what it said because we wanted to introduce a market which is related with a video. Because in Bolivia is a very well researched and they like it so much in any part of Bolivia. So what we wanted to make in this part is like to find the research or the perspective of people, making the statistical analysis and the projections of forecasting. If it's possible to have numbers from other companies, like to making the relationships between what we have here in Colombia and what we are going to introduce there. Then is the brand development that is essential here because it's what it's going to be different from other companies in Bolivia. And it's the one that is going to make us have a potential share of the product. So for that, we thought on logo and brand model recognitions and the external tools in order to achieve the goal. In the second part, we have content strategy and marketing campaigns. We related those terms so much because here the TV announcement, what you see there is what I'm going to explain later, the promotional activities. But basically what we wanted to make is to have those activities by indirect and direct marketing, which will be direct, as I said, direct idea of introducing the Bocadillo, and indirect is a long-term introduction of the product. So what is the idea with this? To make recognition and differentiation of membrillo and Bocadillo. For this, like the implementation of the content strategy marketing campaign, are colors and brand characteristics, of course, the price that later on we're going to explain that, taste and acceptance. And they need to use the Bocadillo instead of membrillo in recipes or in the daily life of Bolivia. Part three is the social media. Well, as membrillo is already known in Bolivia, we wanted to introduce it in the market, but we think that social media is not a high potentially market or tool to enter to the market because most of the people who have social media is not in the segment we wanted to enter. So what we wanted to do is to, well, later on I'm going to explain it better, but is to, for the company will be a part of the development of what they are going to make, let the company take different decisions in terms, because it's important, but it's not fundamental for us. And point of sale is basically design and production of promotional materials with points of sale on the different activities is going to be implemented to make a Bocadillo be recognized and special offers and promotions at possible points of sale. Then for that, we have the part number 4, which is monitoring and analysis. This is a point that is based or very, very important for us in implementation of Bocadillo because we need to make an analysis of the differentiation tastes and like what people like. And it will be an external or external tools as is what company makes by their own, or if it's necessary to contract other special like community to make this happen. And for that, online advertising, like I said before, for the more social media standard focus, ad campaigns will be important in this kind of apps in order to make different kinds of recognitions in the event segments. For here, total budget investment of RNC, that is 8.60. What you did will be is single channels.
In the marketing price, what we want to do with Bocadillo Veleño is to implement loyalty programs that that rewards repeat consumers by having discounts or special benefits. Also, we want to add value, but incorporating creative recipes that incorporating the product that is Bocadillo Veleño, presentation tips, or even have small gifts or like additional samples to our consumers. And finally, we want to have an exceptional shopping experience by including an attractive and sustainable packing. Also have a faster consumer service and have convenient shopping options such as online shopping or home delivery.
And here are the possible distribution use as maybe you very know, we wanted to execute the announcement. This is like tarifa tariff. Yes, of what in the like the prices of TV to make the announcement. So it will be depend on the selection market and the distribution market we're going to make. And then you have entrepreneurs. As you can see here, Bolivia is a high or has an important number of entrepreneurs and fairs and things like traditional things they made by hand. So it will be important to associate with those entrepreneurs to make the entrance of the product. However, it will be also important for us as a brand to establish our company or image of the entrepreneur. It's very important this step, the testing, because this as you see is like a jelly one. Here is more firm. So it will be very important the testing and the consumer needs to identify its difference for making the change, because we want to make the change and to be able that Bolivians use this product as their daily life. So having stands at first to introduce new types of product and have Colombian and Bolivian personal to attract consumers. This one is very important because we were talking with Pablo and he told us that Bolivia was a country which people like to go to this kind of restaurants, like very soft and relaxed. And it's important for have the idea of these restaurants because we wanted to there is a restaurant in La Paz, it's called Hasta la Vuelta, which is very important to notice because it will be the one indicating sitting on the southern of Bolivia. And related with the fairs that I missed to say, that there is a Expo Alimenta fair that is between August 24 and 27 from this year, which will be allowed the fair to enter.
I currently, the dollar in Bolivia changed. The dollar is still maintained at 6.96, the sale. And the price to the dollar one Bolivian 6.86 in Bolivia.